Jackson County Today. Hot topics, relevant stories, and news developments that affect our community.
Jackson County continues to invest in the future without asking taxpayers for additional funding. From a new multi-use event center and modern dog control facility to a major expansion of the Rogue Valley International-Medford Airport, Senior Deputy County Administrator Joel Benton provides an update on some of the largest capital projects in county history and how they're designed to serve the community for decades to come.
Thanks, Danny. I came to the county about 15 years ago in January of 2011 as an assistant county counsel and have stuck around now 15 years and made my way up the food chain to now administrating. So I'm a lawyer by trade lawyer by training and administrator by trade. I came from Arizona. Both my degrees are from Arizona. One's from Arizona State, the other's from the University of Arizona. Though there's only one sports team to root for in that group, and that's the Sun Devils. But I just want to give you a little brief update. Last year, Danny talked about sort of our capital projects. So I wanted to give you an update on sort of the big one. If you've been on I-5, you've seen giant building going up on the expo grounds. It is the Multi-Use Pandemic Response Center, which is a working title of it. And so this is an update from last year. So the building purpose, so as Danny was saying, we used federal grant money and general fund reserve money to build this. The building purpose under the federal money is to support mass evacuation events and serve as a relief center. So it's equipped with HVAC systems, data infrastructure, all those other things that we need to provide emergency vaccination efforts relating to the COVID-19 pandemic, which is the source of the funding that we use to build this building. But because the building needs to pay for itself and function, where it's also been designed as a recreational hub for local and regional events, and we've partnered with Central Point, who's approximately leasing about 30% of the building for the next 35 years at about $850,000 a year, which will generate some revenue back to the county to help support the function of the building. As Danny said, Adroit was chosen as the contractor. The project is about 97% local labor. So that's money that we took and we put back into the local economy, supporting our contractors and our subcontractors and keeping that money local. It's about a $61.5 million project. There's a missing zero. It's about $45 million from the ARPA grants, which was the aid that we got from the federal government related to the pandemic, $4 million from the local and tribal funds. This was some other pandemic funding, and only $12 million in general fund. So in about 15 years, we'll have received just enough in lease payments to repay the general fund. And then hopefully our contractors pro forma is correct, and we'll generate about another $1 million in operating. So this is a way to help generate the revenue, as Danny was saying, that will help us keep the county functioning and providing the services that we did. All this done without asking the taxpayers to pay another dollar in taxes or bonds or anything like this. This is all money that the county has either saved up or found to build this project. So just a little picture come up, a little schematic. We got not 8 sports courts, 6 of them are county sports courts, 2 of them are leased by Central Point. We're working through an operating agreement to ensure that when there's large events that could use all 8 sports courts, that the county and Central Point will make all of our efforts to make this work together. We'll have concession spaces, we have kitchens, we'll have food available. You've seen those wonderful pictures outside, so the schematic drawings, shower rooms, we have gym storage, and we have administration space. So just to give you some perspective, that little bit of water in the background, if you ever been out to the expo, those are the expo ponds. So this building is gigantic. If you look compared to the expo ponds, the back of the building has a beautiful view of the ponds. The front of the building faces it, and it's right next to the Family Fun Center. So there's some great conjunction that we can work with the Family Fun Center to provide entertainment for people when they're waiting for their events to continue. Next thing we want to talk about is the Jackson County Dog Control Facility. Currently, our facility was the current one is off of 99, just between Talent and Phoenix. It's originated about 1975. It's been duct taped and stringed together for the past 50-ish years to the point where it's a very inefficient design and it's very difficult to manage. And so the county has decided, and we're moving forward with a new dog control facility. It's going to enhance shelter operations, which will help us improve efficiency, increase available kennel space. It'll be more sanitary. As I said, the original was built in 1975. If you asked how much we spent, that's a question that we're actually having a hard time figuring out. It was that long ago. So we're not even sure how much money was spent building that facility. And then the new facility will be about 25,000 square feet with appropriate kennel and exercise space. We awarded the contract not that long ago to a partnership between Outlier, a local construction company, and they have partnered with Kirby Nagelhoughton, which is a contractor out of Bend. So it's a local Oregon company. KSW Architecture is who's designed it. looking to spend about $15 million, both of it from reserves. Again, this is another building built without having to ask the taxpayers for additional bond funding or other tax revenue to put another facility to help keep us efficiently operating the services that we do. We're moving the location. It's no longer going to be out on Highway 99. It's going to be out by Station 1 of the sheriff's office, which is off of 62 and about Vilas. So it's a little more centrally located for the rest of the community. It's not just on 99. It'll be sort of in the middle, so help both North and South Valley have access to the dog control facility. And then just here's a little schematic. You see we got, outside, we got some parking. If you've ever been out to the current one, it's kind of a dirt parking lot. There's a little building off to the side. So it's a little more designed a little more efficiently to be a little more consecutive, work together. And a little outside, this is going to be a huge thing. So right now at their current facility, the animal kennels don't have inside-outside access. So the kennels are all inside, and for the dogs to get outdoor activity time, it takes staff or volunteers taking the animals out of the kennels, taking them out to the outdoor facility. So that's a lot of staff time moving these animals back and forth. Apparently that is not the current way to build an animal facility. And the idea is you build a facility where the kennels have both indoor and outdoor access. So the animals are able to move back and forth without having to have staff. So that's a way that we can help make the building operate more efficiently with the same amount of staff. And then finally, the big one that we're talking about, going to build a new expansion to an airport, make it almost twice the size that it currently is. So the current one was built in 2009. It's about $40 million. We're looking at about a $160 million expansion to the airport over essentially 3 phases. We're also calling a phase 0. Phase 0 is going to be dealing with some outbound baggage and security door. Been to the airport, you see those nice rotating doors that everybody gets caught in. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. We're going to remove those doors. We're going to put in some more secure doors that are a little bit easier to access. If you ever go, everyone uses the door on the right, no one uses the door on the left. We're hopefully going to have a nice hallway that everybody can use together a little more efficiently. But just to give you some concepts, so when the current airport was finished in 2009, the FAA tracks enplanements. So that's the number of people who board a plane at your airport. We had 287,000 enplanements. The last year that they have numbers for was calendar year 2024, so they haven't finalized 2025 numbers. We had 508,000 enplanements. So we've doubled the size of people getting on the airplanes without touching the facility. So it's time to put a bigger facility to address the bigger planes that are coming in that our community is using. But total passenger count for 2025 was a record high of about 1.1 million people. So we had 1.1 million people coming into the airport in 2025. So that's just amazing. And we are the third largest airport after Eugene and Portland. So expected schedule. When are we going to see this cool new airport? So we're designing it through mid-2027. We're going to start construction in summer of 2027. Hopefully phase 1, which I'll show you a picture of, will be done in 2023. Phases 2 and 3 are technical changes, but are also very important, and they will come as we find funding available. Initial funding is about $115 million for phase 1, about $90 million planned for building expenses. We're looking at phase 2s and 3s, developing funding as we can find them, and we'll only utilize funds to a point where appropriate reserves are maintained. So we're not going to spend down that reserve Danny was talking about at the airport. We're going to make sure that the airport's able to continue functioning while we're building this huge expansion to the airport. So the existing airport's about 80,000 square feet. So that's what we expect and where we're at now. Phase 1, which is this one, is we're going to add, if you look at sort of to the, I guess it would be your left, in the top, we're adding a whole new concourse, which will add additional space for passengers waiting to get on board airplanes. We're going to have new concessions available. We're going to do a lot to reduce congestion at the gates, more concessions. We're going to have a second baggage carousel. So if 3 planes come in like they do, we're not going to have to stack up everybody waiting for their baggage to come in. We think it's going to make it a lot better experience for the people who fly into Medford. Phase 2 is we're going to work on expanding ticketing. So there's a little to your left, a little yellow box. It's ticketing and the airlines expansion. So we're going to give a little more space for the airlines to operate in. Hopefully we're trying to add, right now our airport director is not here. She's at a week-long convention trying to convince airports or airlines that they either new ones to come in or we want to expand service, because we're always trying to increase the services available to the people who work and visit our community. And finally, phase 3. Yeah, Danny's right. You can't see it, so you have no idea what's going on. And phase 3 is an expansion of TSA and along with some airside and landside interior updates. So all in all, these 3 projects are about $260 million that the county is putting largely into local community and construction design. We're doing that without asking the taxpayers for any additional money. Over the past 20 years, we've done about $70 million in projects. That's about $300 million if everyone's seen what construction's inflated today. One of the things is we built a DA's office about 10 years ago for about $6.9 million, which our facilities director says it's basically free. We should have built all of our buildings back then.